Well, the search for Sasquatch is a booming business. A group of local investigators believes one of the world's most elusive creatures may be living right here in the mountains. News 13's Emma Wright tagged along on a Bigfoot investigation.
The Unexplained Investigators say they aren't out to prove or disprove Bigfoot's existence here in the mountains. They investigate the who, what, when, where, why, and how, and let that evidence speak for itself.
What was that?
For decades, there have been sightings.
I know they exist. I mean, it's evident. It's been, for years that people have talked about it.
Strange creatures roaming the mountains. Does Sasquatch really walk among us?
I mean, that sounds crazy, but her dogs literally disappeared, and they normally stayed at her house, and they would walk a little bit into the woods, and they're gone. And nobody's seen them.
As the Bigfoot bounty grows, so does the search for scientific evidence.
The last Bigfoot sighting we had would have been at this location in December.
That's where Jeffery Porter of the Unexplained Investigators comes in.
I believe in the concept of Bigfoot. I do believe that there is something here.
A former McDowell County cop turned professional paranormal researcher, Porter leads a team of Bigfoot hunters based in Hickory. They use the scientific method to prove or disprove the probability of Bigfoot sightings.
We look at the who, what, when, where, and how, and we try to answer those basic wishes.
Roger Huffman and his wife joined the team last year.
And they were having a class in Marion, and went up there, and we signed up.
Huffman, a car salesman by day and Sasquatch hunter by night, calls himself a skeptic.
There's too many credible people have seen something to say that it's nothing.
We followed the team on an investigation in an undisclosed location in the Linville Gorge. Jeff Porter believes he observed Bigfoot activity here while on a camping trip a few months ago.
I had things occur that I couldn't explain. The fog was getting pretty thick. Something about 100 yards ahead of me down the trail crossed over, fairly large.
Porter uses thermal imaging, game cameras, and good old-fashioned detective work to track what may be Bigfoot evidence. The team keeps detailed notes during each investigation. They say remote mountains can sustain a Sasquatch habitat.
You do have a water source, you have a food source, you have shelter sources. I mean, there's caves all around this area.
Porter is keeping an eye on an unusual footprint he spotted a few weeks ago.
I mean, it's pretty impressive for it to still be impressionable there.
Yeah.
It's still kind of taboo to talk about. But the majority of people who come off the side, off bar, and say, hey, I have had this experience. I won't tell anybody else, but I've had this experience. When you guys are in this area, you may want to look over here, or you may want to look at this.
The team has yet to find any concrete proof Bigfoot lives here in the Linville Gorge.
I truly think that there's something out there. I think eventually somebody will find one.
So their research is growing, and for the naysayers out there,
a lot of people's question is, well, how come they never found a dead Bigfoot anywhere? Well, if you think about it, there's estimated to be somewhere between 3,000 and 5,000 Bigfoot in North America. Well, that sounds like a lot, but when you compare it to the bear population, there's 300,000-400,000 bears in the United States, and I never found one of those dead in the woods either.
The Unexplained Investigators actively recruit new volunteers. They do screen prospective members closely and require them to go through an extensive training process. You can find more information about them on WLOS.com.